What's up, everybody? This is Domingo Hero Network, and today's video, guys, I'm going to do a review of Yashahime Princess Half Demon Season 1, Episode 13. And of course, the name of this episode is called The Delicious Funeral Monks. So here we go. So we're going to review, and of course, you can also watch Yashahime Princess Half Demon available now on Hulu, Crunchyrolls, and Funimation. And of course, Yashahime Princess Half Demon is the sequel to the original Inuyasha and the Inuyasha The Final Act. So here we go. We're going to review Season 1, Episode 13. Let's get this started. So here we go. And of course, this is the episode where we see Moroku in this episode. So this episode, begs in with three monks who are stumbled upon a demon. Of course, the demon named Tetsu, the last of the four pillars. The master monk attempts to slay the demon with its spiritual power, but it had a little to no effect onto it. So Tootsu eats the monk, and the two other monks flee out of fear. Tootsu pulls out his orange rainbow pearl and asks if there's any vigorous monks around here to eat. And it looks like the rainbow pearl responds, showing him the direction to the other monk to the front prey. Toitsu blows out a cloud of what it looks like ink, similar to contons, and files out of the area that the Rainbow Pearl directed him to. Leader Kohaku tells Hitsui, Setsuna, and Toa and of the demon has been attacking and eating vigorous monks and Shino priests. As of right now, they don't know that this demon is one of the four pillars. Leader Kohaka tells them that he'll be protected at the high-ranking Hillblaze priest in the East Temple with the other two demon slayers. Leader Kohaka gives orders to go with Toa and Setsuna to Brothers Place, which is the place of Hitsui's father, Moroku. Of course, Moroku is Hitsui's is the father of Hitsui, and not to mention, of course, he was appearing and alongside the adventures of Inuyasha, Gome, and Sango in the original Inuyasha and the Inuyasha The Final Act, and he's also made his return being part of the sequels as well. So this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see Moroku in this episode, I have to say. But yes, but anyway, so yes, the other two, so they actually get him to go out and go protect Moroku. Moroku is Gohaku's brother-in-law. Haste, why is he addressing Moroku as brother? Moroku is a virgin monk himself, which led to why later Gohaku asks Hisui and the girls to go after him, even though Gohaku trusts that he mostly will be fine. Hisui isn't fond of the idea of seeing his father, saying that he doubts that he will actually be targeted. Toa asks Hisui if his father is an Indian virtuous monk, and Hisui is expressing harsh feelings, saying that he is a monk, but not a virtuous one. He explains that his father is a shameless person who takes what he can, but still wonders what is his father could be doing right now. Then we see a shot of a home of a woman. Sango praying at the memorial tower. Uh, Giacotu, Hisui's older sister, comes up to her and asks if she has any messages of her father. Sango and Gyuko's and Hisui's mother replies to her saying she doesn't have any messages from him. In particular, Gyukotu heads off to meet her father. So Hisui, Toa, and Sessa rise and Kilala is back to meet up with Hisui's father, who is currently lives deep in the mountains. Hisui explains to the girls that his father is going through a 1,000-day training in hopes of attaining divining power by the end of it. Hisui explains that 2 years have gone by since his father started his training. Next, we see Hisui and go to his father, Moroku. In training, Moroku seems to be in the building strength and stamina in his ongoing training. But of course, there is perhaps more of it. Goku grants her father, and they sit down together talking about his training. And notice, Goku, it's been 800 days that has passed since her father started training. Um, Giokotu asks her father if he has gotten any stronger, and Moroku responds saying that he is unsure. So Moroku and Giroto looks up at the sky after hearing Kilon's voice and see Hitsui and the other two unfamiliar Torin Sasuna. Hitsui tells his father and sister that him and his friends had come on Kohaku's orders and explains the sister relation with a man-eating demon. Moroku recognizes Setsuna is shocked that she has become a demon slayer. Setsuna does not seem to remember who Moroku is, and Moroku takes her into another form of faith. If that is so, Moroku asks Toei if she is needed Setsuna's older sister. Is indeed Setsuna's older sister, and take a good look at her. Isui goes off to check around the place. And Toax Moroku what kind of powers will he attain through his training. Moroku tells her that he won't know until the end of his training, but there is a chance that he may not attain any divine powers after all. However, he also tells Toa that there is no such thing as a useless training, and he'll be happy even though he becomes a little bit more stronger. Sasuna asks Moroku if he doesn't have confidence of his own strength. Morocco explains to the girls of his past when his power, the wind tunnel, he goes by saying even after his loss of his wind tunnel, he continues to slay demons. One day, however, he found an unlimited power within that he understood how powerless he was without his wind tunnel, and I was concerned that he is talking to about Ruhead from episode 1 of Yashahime. I think that's what it's talking about. Maybe I could be wrong about that. And thus decided to take on some training. Moroku then goes back to some training, and Kyoto, asks Toa and Sessa if they would like some tea. So leader Kohaku and the two other demon slayers, Rakuta and Nakasuki, are on their mission to protect other monks and priestesses. When they happen to saw Mora sitting on a temple, Kuhako asks what Mora is doing there, and she explains that she has been being a bodyguard after receiving a job to protect the monk at this temple, saying that she will be getting paid whatever a demon shows up or not, but will be collected as a high bounty if she gets the demon's head. Morha asks them where is Toa and Sesser, and she doesn't see them with the other demon slayers, and Kuhaka tells her that they're protecting a different monk. Morha smirks and believes that the monk is protecting is the real target, and she is bound to get her bounty soon. Kuhako insists that if Morha is protecting the temple, they can go and find other temples to guard, and Morha could have been more happier sending them away because she doesn't want the risk to lose another bounty. Kuhako and the other demon slayers heads up of the temple of the south. So the merchant's Toesu is currently on the hunt for other monks and priests to develop as much passing over the temple. He asks the orange rainbow pearl if there's any vigilance as the temple being flying over. The rainbow pearl did not react or respond to Totensu's take that as a no from the pearl. Mora being all excited to slay the demons soon does not realize she won't be expecting any demons to eat a monk at the temple. She is protecting because the demon Toetsu didn't bother stopping at the temple. Mora is obviously the demon that flies over the temple, and Toetsu carries on, still in search to another place for the monk and priests. Toetsu and Gyokutsu sit with each other enjoying the snack. Toa shares up her children she brought up for the Mana era, which was Toa asks Gyokutsu if he's and her father not getting along. Who could tell her it was just a small misunderstanding between them. And Toa asks if Hitsui calls him a shameless person. She goes to laugh and explains that Toa had their father explain quite a bit in order to personally for them, and even had to push himself at times to do so. However, Hitsui still thinks that their father is a coward. After listening to Go Jikosu's explaining about her father, Setsuna finally remembers that it's the monk that they met not too long ago as Moroku, and that they met before. Setsuna tells him that Moroku's body's power are quite strong while she looks at the right arm. Toa and Setsuna meet up with Hitsui and will will Jikosu takes Gila to go somewhere for a bit. Sensor asks me if he saw anything suspicious, and he just tell him that it's the man-eating demon is not going to come in this area where his father is anyway. Toa and Sensor tells me that his father does appear to have strong but his powers, no matter how greedy he may be. Hitsui tells him that his father runs away from battle and calls that training. He expresses doubt his father intent to binding power seen to the overcome to the training is uncertain. Hisui goes by and telling the girls that him and his uncle risk their lives to slay demons while his father just stay cope up into the mountains. Hisui does not want his father to cause any more trouble for his mother Sango. Toa tries to acknowledge Hisui's solutions by comparing it to her life in the modern era. Sensor interrupts Toa after smelling something bad in the air, getting closer to Hetsu approached closer with his orange rainbow pearl, guiding him the way towards Monk Moroku. The demon appears before Moroku, and Toa Sensei Hisui comes to his defense. The demon says Moroku doesn't look too powerful as Sanga, but is still enough to eat. Toa interests Sanga as Journey of the West and asks where the demons form. Moroku's already noticed that the demon is one of the four pillars. Cause when the mainland Seto and Sensor puts pieces together, I realized that this is the last of the four pillars that now encounters Toetsu. So Sensor straight back at it first at Toetsu, but Toetsu block her attack. Moroku temporarily flees the scene and tells Hisui that he is leaving this place for him. To him, Hitsui takes his father act of the feeling of the sign of the cowardice to into warms up a strong winds from his mouth, fooling everything in his path. Moroku gets caught up into a strong wind and gasping tightly on the post. Toa's backpack and Smith just got caught up in the wind as well. As will catch her backpack in midair, Toa throws a bottle of Necrono sauce at Toa as he eats, leaving his mouth on fire. Toa whirls up a strong went against breaking a small hut nearby and sends the girls flying in the air as they both Toa and Sesama use their swords on Toetsu, but their sword clashes with Toetsu's blade. Hisui throws his Harikotsu and Tosa before he's unable to hold Toa and Setsuna. So Toa continues to ward up with the strong winds from his mouth, sucking up everything in his path. Each would take cover behind the rock with his father being that wind. Oroku told his son that Toa's power is almost like the wind tunnel that he once had. He's really surprised that his father didn't run away, and Oroku tells him that he cannot depend on his son for everything. Oroku asks Hisui if he has demon slayer power and instructs him to throw the poison towards it. Can he suck it in? Sensing Toa continued to battle Toa shortly after Monk Moroku stands before the demon. Toa attempts to suck in Moroku in, but with the plans and actions, he throws the demon slayer poison and lands into Toa's mouth. He throws the Harikotsu at Tosa, but Tosa has a large amount of poison back at Isui, thrusting Hisui and the Harikotsu back. Tosa coughs, saying that he almost ate the poison, implying that he sucked one as planned. Toa sets in the face in battle. Twists again. While Hisui is weak, Moroku carries Hisui on the rock, protecting him from any way from battle. So Hisui tells Father that he's accidentally held some poison from Tosa's blast. Sunset appears in front of the two, asking Moroku to undo the seal as she holds her right arm out at him. So Moroku hesitate at first, but Sensei perceives him otherwise. Moroku undoes some kind of spell that was placed on Sensei for a few hands. Generation claims release on the back of Sensei's right hand. A blue light and a symbol glows from this. In the middle of the battle between Toa and Tohitsu, Sensei comes charging towards it. Towards Tensu, Sensei jabs her right hand and aims one poison on Tensu's mouth. Tohitsu's aims the poison for Sensuna's hand. Tohitsu is now choked up with poisonous blood thanks to Sensuna. Sensuna also faced change due to the poor spell Moroku undid on Sensuna. Sensuna now looks like a full demon rather than her usual half-demon self. Santana inflicts age, and Tohetsu with her sword, but Tohetsu blows a cloud in the ink like smoke again, and out of the demon's escape scene, and Roku attempts not to do Tohetsu escape with a sutra, but Tohetsu managed to escape either way. Tohetsu says that he never wants to eat another half-demon again as he flees into the sky. Santa explains that she has blood overflowing her. Toa comes to Hitsui's aid and gives him some kind of antibiotic, some antidotes with water to drink. Moroku Sensor if she's alright to inform that she had planned on seal her again. Sensors agree with her face still appeared to look like a full demon. Moroku chants the seal on the sensor. The chant goes on meeting on behalf. Slave the your parents. On meeting your parents, slave your parents. Know that the light of your path lays there. A blue circle light appears in the blank at the back of Setsina's right hand once again, drawing inside her arm. Setsina's face changed back to normal. He sees windows upon doing and showed a sign of relief that it was just a misjudgment and he asked about him. And of course, the sunrise and and Takachio greets Moro at the temple that she is still protecting. Takia tells Moro that the incident is resolved, and the other demons that took care of the man, and therefore there's no more bounty. And Moro is shocked and disappointed. Toa sends an easy release Rogue's place, and he tells the father not to push himself in any happen. So Moroku place is completely destroyed after the battle to Sensu, and Jupiter Rossini helping him clean the place up. As we come to the end of this episode, as we all know right back into the scene, as Hisui and goes to his mother's house, Hisui greets his mother, who was also Rogue's wife, Sanga, informing her that her father will go through the remaining 200 days of his training. Sanga tells her son that she made new protection man, asks him if he could just bring them to Naraku. Sango sees the look on Hisui's face if anything happens. Hisui brushes over telling her if nothing fits. Finally, we see Toa and Setsu sitting down with each other and tells her that she was told by Mamoru that the poison in her body was inherited as a transported demon being that the half demons it will be hard to control that power. Setsu also had to tell her something to be cool because she's also a half demon as the So what exactly Toa and her from Setsu? So there you go, guys. That's my review of Yashahime Princess Have Demon Season 1, Episode 13. Overall, Episode 13 is actually a good episode. Pretty good episode. It's cool to see, Moroku and Sango, all stuff part of it. Feeling some nostalgia, Inuyasha nostalgia right there. Pretty good battle with the Tohinsu demon eating monks. So it's kind of crazy that a demon is eating monks. Like it's pretty crazy. But and of course, Sentinel, actually met Moroku before, and then it's turning into like a full demon because with the seal and stuff like that. But overall, I actually enjoyed episode 13. This episode is pretty good episode. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. So don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and post your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about Yashahime Princess Half Demon Season 1, Episode 13. Did you watch this episode? Did you not? What's your thoughts, your opinion on this episode? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. So this is the Domingo Hero Network. All I can say is take care. Have a good day. Goodbye, everyone. And Domingo Hero Network is signing out. Peace.